5/7. But here's an opportunity. Ball swinging somewhat to make an impression. Pramod Madhushan.
Yeah, he's got a little slingy action. He comes a lot closer than Fernando. So he will probably be able to attack from the offside. Full length. Yeah, this is better. A decent pace, 137.5. It's very different to Fernando. Runs in, hustles in quite nicely. It's very different to Fernando. Runs in, hustles in quite nicely. He's not totally side on, but gets in a good position. A little slingy. He's not very high arm, but presents the seam very nicely.
Similar height to Asita Fernando. And, both get onto the batter a little quicker than you expect. That's what. Oh boy, it's gone all wrong. 5 wides.
So far, whatever we have seen, no good from Sri Lanka. Both bowlers spraying it around, bowling on for them, but the lines are totally off.
And the swing will disappear very fast. That happens with the white ball, and also signs of dew or even slightly moist, the swing will disappear.
Well, that's where you want to be as a bowler. Well, that's where you want to be as a bowler. You don't want to just swing the ball in the air. You also want some help. There's more problem with the batters. Because swing is not going to really harm them. If it's anything off the surface, that is going to be a problem for the batters.
It gets cooler in the evenings. Looking at the flags, there's a nice...
If it's anything off the surface, that is going to be a problem for the batters.
It gets cooler in the evenings. Looking at the flags, there's a nice breeze blowing across. He wants to. Sam Ayub did the right thing because Hasaranga had fired that in. Now, the breeze I mentioned on another day or in any other parts of the subcontinent, players would welcome it. But not the Sri Lankans here, I'll tell you, just having a look at them, the sweaters are out, hands in pockets, trying to warm up those palms. They'll be having those little tea bags, the hand warmers, playing around.
Ras, it's not that cold.
I'm telling you, look at them. The hands in pockets is...
Yeah, that's not acceptable.
Just trying to warm up those palms because it stings. It's not a great feeling, Waqar.
I can feel you. The way you're just saying it, you're just feeling cold. Yes, it's cold when you're still at some spot. It is, of course, getting a little cooler. Yeah, Sri Lankans are feeling a bit more.
Cold, not cooler.
For us, it's cooler. You haven't seen winter here yet. It gets freezing. I remember a couple of years back, we played PSL here. It was just ice. Oh my God. That's not good. Pramod playing for the first time in the series, and it's not really helping the cause.
Pakistan are off to a flyer. They're on to 19. Extras, 11. All wides. Kusal Mendes, no chance.
That's a finger breaker for a wicket keeper. Because the ball kept on swinging, and then sometime it hits you on the edge of the finger or the thumb. Doesn't matter if you're wearing gloves or not, it can damage. Got to get the length right. It's swinging. Try to understand that.
Two ball, 19 for none. Get it.
olive oil or avocado oil से visibly improved hair quality. So right smile. Hello hair. Hair color. Colors to die for.
Kamus eğitiminde yapıyor. Fakat eğitimini gördüğün uzun sağlık sağlık bilen bilen nasıl ki hektar yüz hektar yüz hektar belli hektar bilmiyorum ne sonra kaç hektar belli.
Two left-handers still there. Sri Lanka not really challenging them. The two fast bowlers are getting swing, but wayward, all right. 289 the target. Still quite wide of the stumps compared to Pramod Madushan is Asita Fernando. You mentioned back spin when Asita Fernando is bowling. That's all to do with wrist position.
Yeah, one, you have to have a really good wrist position, and then you got to make sure that you lock your wrist also, which you will probably see with Fernando when he's running in. He just locks the wrist. Just have a close look on the wrist when he runs in. There you go. See that where when he locks his wrist is kind of locked, so he's gonna flick it. That is gone for 4. That flick didn't work this time.
It did. Flick of the bat. But Asita Fernando should not worry about that delivery. That was Fakhar Zaman coming at you. He took a chance, and it works for him.
Yeah, again, beautiful seam position, but Fakhar Zaman had enough. That is the worry for Fernando, because once he goes toward that off stump and from that wide angle, the ball's not going to swing much, and then a player like Fakhar Zaman, who likes to hit straight and mid-wicket, it can come in the arc. Watch that wrist getting locked. There. That wrist is locked now, so it will come out nicely.
So now all of a sudden the ball not swinging much. That happens. Momentum. Ball gets slightly moist, that seam. The slip has disappeared. Deep square leg in place, short fine.
Not only that, you also got to think that this is not the same pitch but we played the previous match. This has got less grass, it's very dry, so spinners have more say. So whatever swing available is probably for 4, 5, maybe 6 overs.
That'll be 4. He's finding his timing, Fakhar Zaman. Not good for Sri Lanka.
Well, this sort of player, this type of batter, when he gets going, things become really easy for the rest. Just pivoted nicely on his front foot, just made sure that he times it well and hits it in the gap.
Now if he tried to hit that hard, he would have hit it to square leg. But he knew there was a fielder there, and he makes sure he touches it. A slight little swivel, that's clever batting.
Yeah, against a new ball, you don't have to really hit really hard. You've got to really time it. The new ball travels very quickly. It's good comeback.
Now all of a sudden, full face at the bat. He was very scratchy in the first ODI. Just couldn't get going. First couple of shots, if we can go back to it, you'll see it's close-faced. But once you get a couple of boundaries, you start breathing easy, you start believing. Suddenly your hands relax. It becomes a different ball game. "27 for none after 3. Ball did swing for both Asita Fernando and Pramod Madushan. But then again, the line you start from, the line you attack, That's very important. Lanka was 16 for no loss after 3. Pakistan doing even better. 288 for 8, where Sri Lanka were going. Just feel 20 runs short though. It's a good score, but the opportunity was here.
Yeah, with this sort of total, you need early wickets. And the ball was swinging for at least 2-3 overs and very wavered from the Sri Lankan bowlers. When you have such a target which is kind of in between, not a great target or not something which you feel that it's not enough. And they were all over the place from the word go. Very first delivery on the legs, again on the legs. A couple of occasions he missed out actually. Again wide, lucky that he got stopped, and this one down the leg side. Very difficult for the wicketkeeper also. You cannot blame him for if he let one go or if something just hit his hand and go for 4.
Lovely. You don't run for those.
Wow, this was very elegant. Saim Ayub just making sure he plants his front foot perfect, and then watch that. Don't have to say much. And he can hold it for a pose also. Lovely shot.
That forces the slip to disappear again. You highlighted the wayward bowling, and Kusal Mendy's trying to stop a few deliveries. His fingers take a beating. You mentioned finger breaker. And after the first ball, it was... Oh, they dropped his towel. After trying to collect the first ball of this over, it was pretty straightforward, but grimacing in pain. The finger breaker doing its thing, and now he's going to struggle right throughout the innings.
And it's also cold for you, Sri Lanka's, isn't it? Not easy.
Just look at it. Look at Janit Lienage at mid-off. That's a short, fine leg.
I know it's very cold. Yeah, you can clearly see he's hurting inside those gloves. Wicketkeepers normally have those broken fingers because they've been doing for years, and they have strapping and all that. But if it hits on top of that and you're not in control, it hurts more, and wicket keeping becomes very difficult. You're always reluctant, and you don't really put your hands with full authority.
7:20 p.m. here in Rawalpindi. Imagine what it'll be like at 8:30 p.m.
These lights are going to be still on. We're still here. Don't worry about that. It's not going to finish that quickly.
He timed it and he was off for a single. Suddenly realized, I got to say no here. Initial call was for yes for Sama.
The swing is gone. That's for sure. It's up and down now. Walker wanted to take single.
Where are you going, man? Both left-handers looking confident, getting behind the ball. Doing it easy for the moment. 4 ball, 33 for none.
बालों के डैमेज सेल्स को रीजनरेट करें। सेट टच केराटिन शैम्पू।
288 for 8. Starts for a lot of Sri Lankan batters. Janit Linage, the only one to go past that 50 mark. Positive start past that 50 mark. Positive start, positive reply from Pakistan. Bakar, the swing disappearing so quickly. Is it that the bowlers have changed their technique because the runs are leaking, or length?
There's a big fear factor also, remember, because bowlers bowl poorly in the first couple of overs and then suddenly realize that we've leaked too many runs. We have to pull the length back. And also, don't forget, when you've given runs in your first couple of overs, your mechanism, your body mechanism doesn't work the same.
Looking to survive.
Yeah, when you're looking to survive and then your wrist don't come the way normally does. Oh,
Oh, it gets worse. It doesn't get any better for Sri Lanka because he'll get a warning as well, a free hit.
yeah, warning in his third over. That is never a good sign. Ball, I guess, slipping out of his hand. I don't think he's very damp out there, a little slippery maybe. That's another finger breaker.
I think it was a slower ball gone wrong. More pressure.
Free hit for Kazaman to deal with.
Because the batter's changed, the captain can change the field. So third man and square leg come into the circle. That's deep mid wicket, and the long on pushed out for Sam Ayub. Here's the free hit. Oh, the fielder wouldn't have mattered. He's picked that up, and it's gone for 6.
Has he not seen Sam Ayub back? He bowled him in the area where he loves it, and that to a free hit. That is asking trouble. Onto his bat. Watch him. Watch those hands go. Normally, he plays a no-look shot on that sort of delivery. But this time, he just glanced it a touch. But what a hit. That's poor bowling.
It sure is. Now what do you do? We're talking about a bowler trying to survive. He probably doesn't want to bowl the next 4 balls now.
It's so crucial to start well as a bowler. If don't give easy runs, don't bowl those leg-sided deliveries. Get into your groove. I think both the bowlers, they got it wrong in a very first over, their first over. Bowling all over the leg side and easy runs were given. And now it's difficult. The swing is gone and now they have to pull the length back. Pulling length means it's easier for Sam Ayub and Fakhar.
The fuller length is an attacking length where you're thinking of wicket and you're searching. Hammered in front of square, the ball's flying to all parts.
He's got such a fast hand, Sam Ayub. If he picks the length at the right second, he can do this. Watch that. Look at that. Although the ball was very close to him, he was a little cramped, but the hands were so quick. Boom.
He'll have to change his bowlers around. Asita Fernando is usually Sri Lanka's banker. You always need those bankers. Hasaranga is one of them.
Well, Hasaranga is going to be the key now. You have to bring him inside the power play. You delay, you're in trouble. You need to break this partnership.
Uppish, but it hits hard. Sam Ayub Well, he's enjoying himself.
He was looking to come down the pitch to deal with the swing or the length the ball is looking to bowl. And then realized that it's short. I can actually hit it behind point. The ball is skidding off the turf now, going quickly to the boundary.
It goes down of the head coach.
And that's never a good sign.
Tried around the wicket. Now he's back over the wicket. 49 for none, Pakistan. That was a free hit. Even better. All off the middle of the bat. Yes, it'll make your head hurt. If you're a bowler. If you don't pick up wickets, that white worm will run away, will keep running away. Talk about Bangalore.
Weigh your attitude. Darren Sammy by Asghar Ali.
Lanka probably have liked to bring him in later, but forced. Pakistan's openers are striking into all paths. All good start, bit of extra bounce. 1,100 plus branches. Bank Alfala's current network. Open your current account at the nearest branch to enjoy various free services and earn orbit rewards for maintaining or growing your balance. He's looking for the nearest branch.
Are you sure?
Well, the two boys next to us, they'll be looking. They're always looking around, not for a bank branch. Shamir is a little quicker than the other two fast bowlers. Lanky, taller. I really like watching him run in. Very smooth. Bit of extra bounce for him too.
Yeah, he's going to be the key man with Hasaranga. Hasaranga might have to come a little earlier than he normally come and bowl, just for the sake of team, just to get a wicket or two.
I might just hold him back though, Waqar. Two left-handers. And nowadays, players and teams look at those matchups. Lanka, off spinner, two left-handers. Nice easy run up, lanky he is. Gets close to the stumps, just like the other fast bowlers. Locks that wrist. Hits the deck hard, Dushmantha Chameera. Suffered with lots of injuries his career. Was stop start, but of late, playing consistently and ever improving. Oh, you talk him up, and he bowls that wide. 50 on the board for Pakistan.
Aim at good rate. That's the key for Pakistan. Opening partnership of any game is important.
And go, the hand warmer.
Oh my God.
There you go. There you go.
I don't have problem with hand warmers as long as they keep their hands out of their pockets, because some of them were like having their hand in the pocket while the ball was delivered.
little tea bags. They are, and the moment you keep playing around with it, they heat up.
He's definitely more smarter, Shamira. Earlier he had pace and he looked the ball really quick, a lot of runs, but now his pace, of course, is down with the age. He's 33 now, but he's got much better control, and of course he's injury free now.
Oh, that's unlucky from Chamira's point of view. It's run away for 4, just missed the stumps.
Yeah, we've seen this entire day. Ball has missed stumps through the inside edge. It was almost just shaving the leg stump. Sri Lanka need a bit of luck to stay in the game, because these two, the way they bat, they'll take the game away very quickly.
They'll need to believe, they'll need to hang in there, keep your chin for no loss, and then lost their way. It's a good over, really good over from Chamira. 54 for none. Good start by Chamira, but the other two fast bowlers, very expensive. Yeah, Sri Lanka, he's brought himself on. Now can he provide? This Sri Lanka's 5th bowling option. It's mix and match. But if he can get through a couple good overs here, it'll just bring Sri Lanka back in a little bit. Pakistan going at 9-0 at the moment.
I have a feeling that these two left-handers not going to let him settle.
You bowl like that, no one's settling.
Yeah, there's the pressure. I mean, Sri Lanka is not regular right arm off spinner. He's a part-timer, and already Pakistan have established the partnership, so they're not going to allow him to just hang around for too long. This was a little bit wide, had a bit of room to just play that shot. Did it nicely.
Nicely played, he tossed that up. Oh dear, it's raining. Raining boundaries here in Rawalpindi.
You bowl short, you'll deal it differently, but you're not allowed to give flight. That was right up there for Saim Ayub to take no risk and play that beautiful drive through that gap. There's a huge gap there between cover and mid-off. Easy pickings.
There's deep mid-wicket, and now a long off. First 10 overs, you're allowed just the 2 fielders outside the circle. That's the challenge. And that's why he wants to hold Hasaranga back. So when he can spread the field, his variations come into the game a lot more. Because you tend to bowl flat, and that would mean you're not being that wicket-taking option that you like to be. Because a spinner, he needs to deceive the batter in the air. And for some reason, a lot more happier when you have those fielders there as protection.
Russell, you said previous over that you keep Hasaranga back, hold him back. For me, I feel that he should be bowling now. First reason is, of course, this partnership is growing very quickly, and the second is if it becomes wet.
Upish, long off. Oh, he's put it down. The opportunity came. Asita Fernando spills his lollies.
Well, this can happen if you keep your hands in the pocket for too long, because your focus just changes, and this was an easiest of the catches. You cannot afford to drop these dollies. This is a big miss.
Well, Fernando's not beating the drums today. Well, the break did come. Lanka don't help themselves. 65 for none.
Pearl 3D Skin Serum. Vitamin C से मिले lighten and brighter skin. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and replants. Vitamin B3 reduce करे dark spots. Golden Pearl 3D Skin Serum.
बच गई बच गई बच गई क्या बात है क्या बात है क्या बात है देख लीजिएगा मैच लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब
What a start Pakistan got in pursuit of 289 runs. These two batters are going great guns. Both the openers finding boundaries consistently. Chabira into the attack, bowling his second over. The space off the surface is helping Pakistan. Batters out there in the middle. For Sri Lanka, they can come back into the game and also scoring rate to plummet. They need to pick up wickets and in bundle too.
Yeah, good evening, Amir, and good evening, all. Yeah, the ball's coming on to the bat quite nicely. You could see that it's sliding on. And all what the batters are doing is they're using the pace, timing it so well. The loose balls they've bounced on, but any good length areas, they're just deliberately running it down. Oh, he goes hard. They're in with a mission, and so far it's been a very successful mission.
Oh, the margin of error for the bowlers has reduced drastically. It wasn't a bad delivery by any means. He's sighting the ball big. Just fetched the ball from outside the off stump, and off she went. Another boundary scored. Pakistan racing away.
They're setting the tone, aren't they? In the first game, we were critical as to how they approached it. Of course, different surface. But here, they came out very positively from ball one. Sri Lanka didn't help their cause by spraying it around, but now they've got off to a fly into the 8th over, going at 9 plus. So even if there is a flutter or a flurry of wickets in the middle, they can afford to kind of take it a little bit easy, play for time. So this opening partnership is turning out to be very, very handy.
Yeah, the asking rate is not challenging at the moment. They can afford to play quietly for a while, but the way these two batters are going, unstoppable they are. There was an opportunity created in the last over when it was spilled by Asita Fernando. It was an easy catch, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think such catches should be taken, but what Sri Lanka need to tell themselves is the way Pakistan came back in that first game. The openers for Sri Lanka in that first match wouldn't have been as aggressive as this, but they were dominating. They took the Pakistan bowlers on, but then it was wickets that pushed Sri Lanka back. So even here, that should be the strategy. They can get one or two close to each other, and obviously has to have two new batters, but to do that you need to first get rid of the set batters.
Well, the best opportunity they got to break this partnership is Vinindo Hasaranga. Can bowl those googlies to the left-handers and can deceive them. But at the moment, the captain relying on pace and himself
Like and
to
subscribe
bring
to
this
channel.
partnership.
Last ball of the over. Making batting look easy because they're just picking their spots at the moment. They've got 8 in that over. 73 without loss.
One score. Score. Run.
Those buildings are skyscrapers. They've already built a few skyscrapers in the first 8 overs. Lanka was forced into bowl here. Quite positive that that was not part of his plan.
Like and subscribe.
And you spoke about Wanindu Hasaranga. Wanindu Hasaranga naturally is an attacking bowler. And he doesn't really enjoy bowling in the power play. He likes to have a little bit of freedom in terms of his field placing and some protection. But Amir, as an attacking bowler, seeing where Pakistan is, it's a big call he's got to make. He's got to go after wickets anyway.
Well, in trouble, you have to go to your premier bowler. The name of the game for the bowlers and the fielding side is to pick up wickets. If they aren't coming, you have to resort to your premier bowler, whoever he is, whether it's Vanindu Hasaranga or anybody else. Or maybe Asita Fernando. Yes, he was all over the shop with the new ball, but you got to bring on your premier bowlers to be able to remove this batsman out there in the middle.
Yeah, they're doing it quite easily. The thing is, it's been risk-free cricket. It's better. It's a very precious dot ball for the Sri Lankan captain. Needs to bring it back, needs to kind of bring in some control, needs a few overs. Oh, this is miscued. Will this be taken? Asita Fernando again, this time.
Very nice,
Has
very
it,
nice,
in
very
fact, Johnny cleared
nice.
again.
Fakhar
Has he
Zaman,
dropped
very
it?
nice.
Oh, for the second time, for a moment, I was unsighted. I wasn't sure. But that body language, that tells you the story.
Yeah, Lianage did well to get underneath that ball. Had eyes peeled on it, and once his hands hit the ground, the ball spilled out. Another opportunity went begging.
Dot to end the over. That's a good over for Charita Lanka, 76 without loss.
Pakistan nailed 213 runs of Ikhtali over.
Now that required rate, which was hovering close to 6 runs and over, little over 5. 5.2 with all wickets in hand. Pakistan sitting very pretty. One more over still left in the power play. So you couldn't have emphasized the fact more about the importance of wickets. That was unnecessary. Fakhar Zaman looking to swing across. Sri Lanka needs wickets at this stage, and they need wickets close to each other and need them quickly.
Yeah, you're right. Sri Lanka needs wicket and the crowd need to take selfies.
जी
Well, I can tell you what is the best one could use for selfies. Maybe we can tell you after this ball. There you are.
माशाल्लाह
We
माशाल्लाह
could tell.
माशाल्लाह
You couldn't have asked for anything better. That's a selfie moment, I'll tell you. That's a crowd selfie moment with Vigotel smartphone. You're spot on, Amir. 4 runs behind square leg. But at least now they haven't had a boundary for the last 12 balls, so that's a respite for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, damage has been done. So finding frequent boundaries by these two Pakistani openers, and now they just can sail along. Pressure is off. They can choose some deliveries. They can afford that.
All eyes will be on Manidu when he comes on to bowl, because he's the one Sri Lanka's main ace as a bowler. Who bowled, bounced a bit, left the left-hander, but really didn't carry through to the wicket-keeper.
Yeah, one thing really surprised me when you talk about Sri Lankan strategy with the ball. Yes, both the batters, openers
Great.
from the Pakistani side are left-handers, and yes, Saim Ayub was picked up by Asika Fernando with that in-swing in delivery. To have both the bowlers bowling similar kind of deliveries, it actually helped. And there was exaggerated movement in the air, they couldn't control it.
Oh
I was
no
surprised to see that Chamira wasn't given the knee ball.
oh no but
That's
wide
in the air
player
and taken this time around. Sri Lanka third time lucky.
oh no
It looked like
but
picking up wicket.
well played
Chamira, and he has.
Finally, they managed to hold on to a catch, as you said, third time lucky. And Saim Ayub, who looked very threatening, looking to go over the top into extra pace.
ये पाकिस्तान की जान बाबर आजम
Quite a few feet down the
वेलकम
pitch,
बाबर आजम
looking to
वेलकम
cruise the
वेलकम
pace. And hitting close to the splice and caught at mid-off.
जी आया
So
नुसरत
that's an
बिस्मिल्लाह
important wicket. Saim Ayub out for 33. Pakistan in the 10th over, 77 for 1.
सदी पाकिस्तान की शान और पाकिस्तान की जान बाबर आजम खान
King is coming.
पाक-
Babar Azam, what a player he is. Just 31 years, that average. Look at the numbers, 1900s, 3750s, 53 the average.
स्ट्राइक
rate of
रेट
just under 90, and I hope you can hear the crowd. The chanting Baba, Baba. That's how popular he is. But this is perfect for Sri Lanka. Why I say that is, it's very likely that Manidu
Strike
Hasaranga will come on at the other end. So he's got a new batter to try and bowl to, so he can try and look to control things a little bit. But first things first. Left delivery, good pace.
Yeah, some will be critical why Saim
Wow.
Ayub need to do that. But that's how he plays. He likes to live on the edge.
Well, he'll be kicking himself because he looked quite good
He looked well set, and he was good for some runs. Don't think he'll be happy with what he made because he was middling the ball. Last ball with a slip in.
इंशाल्लाह सेंचुरी करेगा सेंचुरी बाबर.
Good finish by Dushmanta Chamira. Excellent over. 10 overs done. 77 for 1.
Well, that's how the power play panned out for Pakistan. These are not the highlights. That's what happened in 10 overs. Plenty of boundaries scored. Through the onside, through the offside, aerial shots, few chances for the Pakistani batsmen. Not the right technique. Now he was unlucky. And finally, a relief for Sri Lankans were able to dismiss Saim Ayub.
He's going to continue the off spinner. Asalanka.
Power play end.
So which means now Chamira, he's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 14. Now he's got a bit of breathing space. I think he realizes that there is something for him on this surface, so he's bowling himself a little bit more because he's the 5th bowling option.
Yeah, he created a couple of opportunities. And in the first over, he was trying to dart the ball in, offered a lot of pace to the left-handers. But now he's bowling slower with a bit of loop. And that's encouraging.
Yeah, you're right, actually. He's bowling slower, searching for something, searching for loop, searching for something off the track. The first over, as you've spotted, he was firing it in and bowling short and wide. He's got those fielders closer in the 30-yard circle, but no slip.
Well, let me tell you, Roshan, that was a brave decision to bowl himself on such a track which has freshened up. The ball was coming onto the bat quite nicely.
First over, as
Both
you've
the
spotted,
batters
he was
were
firing
great
it in
guns.
and
To be
bowling
able to
short
bowl
and
in the
wide.
power play,
He's got those fielders.
it was brave of him.
So far, his figures have been quite respectable. Closer in the 30
After
yard
being
circle,
for
but
runs
no
in the
slip.
first
Over, he's just conceded 15 into the third. And you're absolutely right. With just
Well,
two
let me tell you,
fielders
Roshan,
outside
that
the
was a
circle, not being a frontline bowler.
brave decision to
Was
bowl
fired in
himself
by
on such a track
skipper.
which has freshened up.
Sandy as
The
an
ball
off
was
spinner,
coming
he
onto
comes
the
on
bat
and
quite
gets you wickets. But I'm not so sure that he's bowled in power plays. So he had to sort of break the rhythm. He had to, as you spotted, he was firing it in and bowling. Run, that's the end of the over. 81 for 1. Short and wide.
Power play,
He's got those fielders.
it was brave of him.
श्रीलंका का पहला आउट कितने आए
So far, his figures have been quite respectable. Closer in the 30 yard circle, but no slip. Over.
एक जीते हैं
He's conceded 15 into the third, and you're absolutely right. With just two fielders outside the circle. 81 for 1. So I like Chamira continuing into his 4th. Babar will be a massive. But as a captain, I mean, just thinking ahead now, they've opened up one. It's not a new battery. Yes, Asalanka has bowled 3 overs and he's conceded 17 runs. But for Asalanka to come on to try and see whether he could another wickets because he's Sri Lanka's best option in terms of wicket taking, or this man should continue.
Well, you have built up a case for Vanindu Hasaranga quite nicely and intelligently.
Power plays.
I'm afraid to differ with you.
All right, I'm getting
Are
your
you sure?
opinion. Yeah.
You won't be offended.
No, not at all.
No, I think it's time for Vanindu Hasaranga to be introduced. I'm with you. That's in the air. Falls in no man's land. He likes to live dangerously. Fakhar Zaman.
Short delivery. That time not in control. But what about that fielder? For a moment I thought Hasaranga was slightly uncomfortable. He was limping a little bit. I hope nothing serious. The way he ran towards it.
The reason why you need to bring Hasaranga on because he dismissed Babar Azam with a goal. The reason why you need to bring Hasaranga on because he dismissed Babar Azam with a googly in the previous outing. So pressure will be there.
It's a new batter in. Get your best bowler if you can. Because Sri Lanka needs wickets. They're not going to win by bowling dots.
Yeah, you got to net him early.
So who's your best option? Right, in terms of option, you got a massive option where you can download an app of Figure Free and make sure that you have insurance at your fingertips. So that's the Figure Free moment. Don't forget to download that app and get that insurance now. Get the insurance you need on your fingertips. See, the wicket has given Sri Lanka a semblance of control. Now, the last 30 balls has conceded just 20 runs. And that run rate that was going at 9 plus is around 7.
Yeah, it was aforementioned. If you want the run rate to plummet, you have to pick up wickets. Yeah, ever since Saim Ayub has been removed, some sort of semblance for the Sri Lankan captain. We see plenty of dot deliveries being bowled, no boundary conceded. They have to carry on wrapping up the pressure on Pakistani batters.
Also, Amir, you talk about the dew. So we know what the dew could do to a ball. I mean, with the seam just becoming a bit damp, it's not going to be easy. So the dew hasn't really made its appearance so far by the looks of it. So that's another reason to me to have one in the bowling quickly.
Yeah, but plenty of moisture in the air. Also, you could feel that the turf is very cold. So there is moisture, and that's why the pitch has freshened up. There is consistent bounce. It's hitting the bat now. Oh, that one. Red off bouncer with sailing pace. Hit him on the head. Hence, concussion protocols.
Well, it's a good thing. Concussion protocol is always.
मैं हमेशा recommend करता हूँ shampoo plus hair serum का dual action. New Set and Touch Keratin Shampoo. बालों के damaged cells को regenerate करें. Set and Touch Keratin Shampoo.
No mistake. It's the end of the over. 84 for 1.
When you're defending a power score, you have to take half chances. That was a simple one. Not the right technique. The fingers were pointing towards the ball. And hence, it hit the ridge on the hand. And then he did all the hard work. Couldn't hold on to that one. Brought disappointment for the coach.
And eventually this was the final. This was the wicket. Lanka holding on to it. But you're right. I mean, you're not defending a massively big score. 288 is an all right score. I still feel Sri Lanka could have got past 300. But they were in positions to do that. So now, on a good surface, we've spoken about it. The ball skidding on, due expected. Even half chances need to be taken. So still, I think the physio is out there. One of the things they do. That's a requirement, I believe. To
to make few adjustments, making sure it's the right size. You don't want as a batsman for the drill to move, obscure your vision. Make sure everything in place. Fakhar Zaman is ready.
Right, so now we see Manitu Hasaranga. This was expected and no surprises. And it's a good move. With Babar Azam on strike, it's a very good move that he's bringing him on.
Great matchup this. Great matchup.
He'll bowl a lot of wrong uns here. Would want to pitch it up a little bit more. He starts off with a slightly shorter delivery, but push through a bit quicker. But when he gets into a nice zone, you'll see the ball coming out quite nicely. That's better. That's more like it.
Yeah, his main weapon is that trajectory he bowls with. That's where he confuses the batsman, whether to play off the front foot or go back. If you're indecisive, he catches you. A bit of turn. That's encouraging for Hasaranga.
And quite early in the piece, he bowls a leg break. Generally, he bowls a lot of wrong uns, the top spinners. That's clever bowling. Now they brought in a slip. So this is good, captains. You need to attack. You need to look for wickets, and that turned. That turned a bit. Sri Lanka's not going to win with bowling by bowling dots. They can build pressure. What they need, well, I can't emphasize it anymore. What they need is wickets.
Prashant, steady on. You are getting desperate in the comp box.
Not desperate. But that's stating the obvious. But the last 30 balls, this tells you how much Sri Lanka has brought back some control. Is just 12 runs. Only a single. So Manitu Hasaranga starts off with a good over. 85 for 1.
Weigh Your Attitude, Darren Sammy by Asghar Ali.
Yeah, Roshan, the control you were alluding to. It happened after Sri Lanka was able to remove Saima Ayub. And boundary is elusive. It's been 34 deliveries now. Since the last boundary was scored by a Pakistani batter. Another bowling change. Madhushan was in the air. Hard chase from Jamira. Couple of runs for Babar Azam.
Very nearly, very nearly. Madhushan needs to bowl a good spell here. He went for runs in the first spell, and look at this. Babar Azam just pushing it, playing a bit too early, I thought. Just a touch early. Stretch a hand. Sometimes these stick. Can't afford to bowl giving him width. He needs to be tight because he needs to support Manitu Hasaranga here. Hasaranga is going to create the pressure at one end, so the support he can give is to bowl as tight as possible. Build the dots.
Well, bowling to a left-hander has been a challenge for Pramod. He sprayed the ball around, has conceded 22 runs already. Now he has to bowl to Fakhar Zaman. Somehow Got some rhythm in his batting and the momentum.
In 5 fours, he's got 33 of 40. At the moment, against Madhushan, it's just knocking it into gaps. But it's so important that Sri Lanka bowl in partnerships. We talk about batting partnerships, Amir, and a bowling partnership is needed here for Sri Lanka.
Chamira has to make sure Pramod, who's feeling a lot of pressure, stays calm. Get his thinking right. Pramod needs to shake off any negativity he has in his mindset.
Right, you talk about a lot of things in Pakistan, but this is very famous. Tapal tea. Fans enjoying some tea at the Tapal Tea Lounge. Pakistan's #1 tea brand. Been enjoying a lot of it here in the commentary box.
Keeping that tea boy very busy, Roshan.
I love tea. I'm a tea drinker, you know. I come from a tea country.
Not cold beverages.
Tea country. Sri Lanka tea, Ceylon tea. They got 5 now of 5 deliveries. And with a minimum of fuss. Just steering the ball on either side of the pitch. So this will help them to relax a little bit against Wanidu Hasaranga. They don't need to take chances against him because they're getting runs at the other end. So that's why I say that bowling partnerships are so important. 2 over for Pakistan. 7 of it. 92 for 1, 14 down. And it's time for some drinks.
Where your attitude? Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
मैं हमेशा रेकमेंड करता हूँ शैम्पू प्लस हेयर सीरम का ड्यूल एक्शन न्यू सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू बालों के डैमेज सेल्स को रीजनरेट करें सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू
100% recovery with no fear of hair damage. Permanent color with Italian formulation. So right side, hello hair color. Colors to die for.
Welcome back to the Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Out of the drinks break, and the equation stands at Pakistan requiring another 197 runs in the remaining 36 overs. Fakhar out there with Babar Azam now. 92 for 1. Fakhar, well, he's had his fair share of luck. First time put down, simple take you might call it, by Asita Fernando on 20. And once again in a similar position, a little bit to the right, this time Janat Lianage. Relatively difficult chance, but spilled right from the center of his hands. On impact, maybe, or probably never had full control of the ball. So 2 lives given to Fakhar. He's on 36, and he's made the most of it with the 5 boundaries he's hit so far. He's come out with trying to put the pressure back onto the bowlers. Hasn't shied away from playing his stroke in spite of those 2 drop chances. And you expect with Fakhar a bit of an element of luck and a lot of strikes onto that leg side. Lanka at the same stage was 64 for 2. But Pakistan have definitely been helped by some very wayward bowling by Sri Lanka with the new ball. So I see the Fernando 3 overs 30. Pramod as well could never find that radar, the swinging brand new ball into the left-handers. 1 wicket, that is to Chamira so far. Russ, a matchup that is always on the cards is leg spin, in particular leg spinners and their googlies to Babar Azam.
Worked in the first ODI as well. But the pressure is on Hasaranga though. Now when Hasaranga goes searching for wickets, he tends to toss them up, tends to force the batters to drive. It's about dangling the carrot. And for that he needs to stay patient and work his way in. Now if your thoughts went back to that first ODI, his first spell was brilliant. He just did that. Picked up all those wickets. Second spell, the partnership was on. He knew he was the only option Sri Lanka had, and every delivery was right underneath the batter's eyes because he was just buying the shot all the time. It's very, very effective if he has the opportunity to just stay there and thereabouts. Not actually give the shot. Now in this over also, he's given the drive on 2 occasions.
And great support from the other end as well from the captain. And together the last 43 balls, we haven't seen a boundary from Pakistan. Just over 7 overs now.
Hasaranga to be effective, there's got to be pressure on the other end. If not, 2 batters will be happy to see him off. So important you bowl as a unit. So the others have to step up. Asita Fernando, Pramod Madhushan have been quite poor today. Slight inside edge.
Like you said earlier, he picked him up to do a googly in that previous game as well. This time the leg spinner slightly tossed up. Side edge onto the front pad for Babar Azam. On the full. Oh, that is top effort. Really good. I'm sure they'll have a look, but that is a very good effort from the boundary rider. Hopefully he hasn't done his shoulder in the process.
Batum Nisanka, it was the dew helping him to slide on, but this is my point. He searches and in turn gives the loose ball. I think Nisanka's done really well.
Great effort. Really, really good. And definitely saves a couple of runs. 96 for 1. Sri Lanka just holding things together. Excellent period after Pakistan was 77 for no loss. What the breakup of how this game has gone. Pakistan off to a flyer. First 8 overs, 73 for no loss. Next 7 overs, just the 23 runs, and more importantly, the wicket of Saim Ayub as well. So the scoring rate has substantially dried up. What Pakistan do have in their favour is still the run rate is well over 4, required rate 5.5. So they do have the platform.
And it gets easier. You just started to form. And it'll get tougher. It'll slide on. And you'll be able to hit through the line like that. Hundreds on the board for Pakistan. Adusan searching for swing. That disappeared maybe 13 overs ago.
This is a marvellous stroke. Babar Azam with his touch of class and timing. Straight down the ground. Leans into the shot with his weight, never trying to overhit it.
That'll put pressure on this man. Cannot leak runs from the other end.
We keep getting you involved. It is the KFC Flip the Bucket Challenge. Flip the bucket landed on your head, and you get finger-licking good prizes from KFC. Wow, he's excited. Really excited.
Probably has to play off with Roshan against him for the chicken.
In the end, just over. Just clears that inner field. Very lucky that didn't go straight to hand.
That was not a slow delivery. Babar's reaction kind of tells you that he felt held in the pitch. Lot of work on the ball, so signs that dew is starting to take effect. Make things hard, the towels are out.
Seven of the over, 16 done, 103 for 1.
You in a hurry for KFC or something, Aruj?
Well, I don't know about the KFC, but I am freezing, so I'm in a hurry to get home. This is the honest truth. Bakar Yunus was on with, was it with you, where he said that it's not cold? Well, he hails from this part, so it wasn't cold, but it is freezing. Especially for us Karachiites, it is very cold. Well, the over will still carry on. 8 of the over, 1 delivery left. That's what you were talking about, Russ, earlier on. It is important to bowl well in partnerships. You need to give the support in terms of less runs in the over to keep the pressure on for Hasaranga to be effective.
You mentioned the breakdown. At that stage, Lanka and Chamira, Hasaranga and Chamira were at it. That's why there was a change in the run rate and the complexion of the game. So the Fernando's been off so far. Usually Sri Lanka's banker. You bank on him to do a job. They're going to have to show some resilience here. The Sri Lankans, 104 for 1.
Keeper बनना होगा ना कि इधर पास वाले और वो इधर एक कवर पे जो साइड देखो सर बहुत अच्छे हो पास एक को दिए हर साइड
The two opening bowlers just didn't control the swinging ball. 7 overs between them, 64 runs. Chamira and the two spinners going at around 4 and over.
Now you just heard a bit of the anguish as well, disappointment from Hasaranga himself as he's bowled that one.
Searching for the glory ball. Doesn't work like that. You generally have to set batters up. It's a process picking up wickets. There are just moments when you can sneak through and bowl that wicket-taking ball. And you know jolly well, sometimes the wicket comes off a delivery that doesn't do much. It's because you've got the batter thinking, you got him confused. He's looking for or playing for something else and makes a mistake.
It comes down to sequencing the over as well, understanding, like you said, how to set batters up. What would the first delivery of the over potentially be when the batter is looking to take the attack? Are you looking to consistently hold a player down the other end with setting him with 3 or 4 balls and then bowling that magic delivery? Or are you allowing for a single to a particular batter because you feel the favourable matchup is on the other end? So it's all about sequencing your over, especially in which phase of the game you're bowling. Tough art leg spin, that is for sure. But if somebody's got it mastered, it is Hasaranga, amongst some of the greatest leg spinners in the modern game going around.
Oh, come on, Uruj, say it, say it.
I'll say it, Russell Arnold, for you. Wawindu Hasaranga. One of the best going around, 106 for 1. $106 for 1, plays 81 for 2. Pakistan well ahead.
Well, he's going off the field, one in the Hasaranga. Earlier, I did hear Roshan say that he thought Hasaranga did not move smoothly. I was with him. I also thought he ran across gingerly. He's also struggled with injuries. Hamstring, groins. So you just tend to wonder whether he's done something there. Just gone for a bit of treatment maybe. Just wondering. But he always makes you feel nervous.
Pakistan will be very happy to see him walk out of the playing field. 3 overs for just the 7 runs are his figures so far tonight in this game. For Sri Lanka, Sharit Asalanka will want not just Hasaranga's bowling but also him in the field. Great change up, one for the over, signals Faisal Afridi.
Hopefully he gets charged fast and comes out.
Comes out driving smart. It is Inverex EV, Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV, Inverex Zeo. What did you say, Russ?
Charge fast, drive smart. So hopefully he drives out there at the end of the over.
Well, at the moment he seems like in no hurry, absolutely.
Well, he drives fast, he said.
Best of forms. But with a couple of chances to his name now, he has got himself in 40 off, 52, 5-4 so far. He must take this opportunity to bat for as long as he can in the game. Try and convert into a big score. Hasn't had a ODI 100 in a couple of years now. Babar Azam also has been shy of those three figures in a very long time. Good early call, a good run in the end.
Against the quicks, suddenly he started the back muscle there. Obviously, a stiffness will lead through the legs and affect your hamstring. Just make sure that you're nice. He struck the ball well against the seamers, but once the spinners came on, he's again looked a little scratchy. But time out in the middle and runs behind you tend to sort out these little issues. So the start gives him, or the extra start of the openers gives him that opportunity to take a bit of a breather.
That's why the Sri Lankan captain, just the change in tempo of the bowling, Asita Fernando back in. Expensive in his first three, went for 30. Five of the over, 1-1-1 for 1.
Pearl 3D Skin Serum. Vitamin C से मिले lighten and brighter skin. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and replants. Vitamin B3 reduce करे dark spots. Golden Pearl 3D Skin Serum.
So Hasaranga still not on the park. That forces Asalanka back into the attack.
Top effort by the captain, brings himself on. Remember, both the drop chances were off his bowling to Fakhar Zaman. Saranga not on the park. Wants to keep the spin at one end. Just speaking about Fakhar Zaman and how his innings has been sort of ebbed and flowed in terms of finding the middle of the bat and not. So whether he does still take that attack to the off spinner with the ball turning away, he was dropped at long off on both occasions. Mid-on is still up in the ring. So if he's looking to hit the ball straight, that is an option for Fakhar.
Good by Asalanka. His objective should be to try and get through the over for 4 runs maybe. Not concede that boundary. Get a couple of dots in. He's got a couple here. Now even if he just bowls a delivery, so the batter can hit the deep field and concede that single, I think he's doing the job for now. That would be his role, not search.
Well, we'll carry on with Pakistan's leading home appliance brand, the Super Asia automatic washing machine with the magic of one touch. At the moment, Pakistan, the partnership building in ones and twos. 21 deliveries since that last boundary, which also came after 45 deliveries. With Pakistan ahead of the rate, run a ball partnership does it from here. Balls for two. Deep fielder had to do a lot of work to his right. Allows for the couple of runs. 19 done, 116 for one.
डबल लिया है डबल लिया
Onion की real power test करते हैं. Here's strength. Hello Hair Onion Shampoo wins in style. Onion की real power.
Stability in that white worm just hangs above. Sri Lankan worm, Pakistan ahead. 116 for 1. Sri Lanka at the same stage with 90 for 2. Partnership now 39 between Fakhar and Babar. Spotlight always on Babar Azam. His field will get 2 runs. Spotlight always on Babar Azam because of the runs he's scored in his international career. He's been the mainstay. He was the backbone of Pakistan cricket in that batting for a very long time. But he hasn't scored national 100 since August 2023 versus Nepal in the Asia Cup. 83 innings in international cricket since then across formats. Long time. You want to break that 3-figure mark sooner rather than later. Crunch. That is a Babar Azam special. What a treat for the crowd.
Hits it hard into the ground. Large square and it's very solid, it's firm. Look at it skid off. That's all he tries to do. He knows the deep fielder is square. What a lovely punch. You know, 83 innings is a long time though for a player of his quality. 2.5 years in those 83 innings, he's got 20 half centuries. You know, sometimes players of high class, they go and set the bar so high that even if they didn't perform at a certain level, it feels like a failure. But in this instance, 83 innings is definitely a long time.
Why that's also important is because we put a graphic in the first game where we were comparing Pakistan to the top 5 countries in the world, and Pakistan's had right on the bottom of the charts in number of centuries in recently in ODI cricket. And why that conversation continued was because of the number of games Pakistan has not been winning in terms of getting over the line. So those were important. Yes, the starts are there, but you need at least one of your top order to carry on and make that big 100. Even during the South African ODI series, even here, Babar's just looking better. Every game he's looking better. He's getting starts, he's getting into the 20s and 30s. Just needs to convert. Hang in there, you said it, Russ. Time in the middle. Even the greatest require the time in the middle. But the bar he sets exceptionally high for himself. Numbers for Babar Azam in that South African ODI series: 7, 11, 27. First game against Sri Lanka, 29, and on 31 today. You look at those numbers, he's getting in. He's getting the starts, at least in the last 3 games, the mid-20s and 30s. He'll hope, all of Pakistan will hope, this crowd will hope that we're in for a Babar Azam special tonight.
Yeah, shots there showed that Hasaranga ready to come back on the park, so signs for Sri Lanka.
$20 done, 124 for 1.
Where your attitude, Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
The captain will continue with the ball.
Oh, good fielding. Sri Lanka would love to have Babar. I had Babar for lunch.
Care to elaborate, please?
Well, check the menu that was sent to you. The name of the pasta. I had Babar pasta for lunch.
Thanks for the clarification, Russ. Yeah, where we had lunch. The pasta is named after Babar Azam. Well, Sri Lanka, whether they can pick him up as a dessert for dinner, I'm not quite sure. But the interesting matchup that we talk about always on the card, Hasaranga back into the playing field. So we'll see him in action very quickly.
He might have to just hang around for a bit, but not too long. Hasaranga before he can bowl again. But for Sri Lanka, of course, massive issues. That fifth bowler they tend to struggle with. Sri Lanka is now bowling the fifth, but his two main bowlers, Madhushan, Asita Fernando, 9 overs between them, is just not going to be able to rely on them. So that will cause problems. How he's going to manage that? He's been going at 77 runs in the 9 overs, those two fast bowlers. Massive issues to deal with. The cold, the dew. Not many runs on the board, and your leading bowlers. Babar's having them for dinner.
Contrasting problems. Not so many for Pakistan at the moment. Fakhar Zaman and Babar Azam have put together 52 between them. Babar's timing has been impeccable so far. Crowd right behind him as well. Fakhar will take strike 129 for 1.
Well, 52 of 69, and Pakistan not in a hurry, scoring at little over 6 runs and over. Fakhar Zaman on 49 of 61 balls. Still on 49, but it's been a good effort, Amir, by this pair of batters. And that opening partnership, that rapid opening partnership, has allowed them to kind of settle down and take it a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's a good news for Pakistan that Fakhar Zaman is amongst runs. He has struggled of late, but this innings will give him a lot of confidence because he occupied the crease, he put his time, and now cusp of another international 50.
Asita Fernando has gone for a few. He had a very good spell in the first game, but here didn't start off as well as he would have liked to. Sprayed the ball around, and as you said, two right-arm fast bowlers bowling similar lines, swinging into the left-handers' pads. That helped the Pakistani openers to get onto a good start, and a little bit of waywardness also not helping.
But you have to credit the Pakistani batsmen from the word go. They've been marching along relentlessly, especially Fakhar Zaman, his unwavering focus. They got help from Babar Azam as well, who's unbeaten on 32.
Right, that's his 50. His 18th in his ODI career, his 4th versus Sri Lanka, and at an important time because he needed runs. In the first game, he looked a little bit out of colour, but it's been very different here.
And brought a smile on his face. Yeah, you as a batsman always rewarded if you put in the hard work, and that's what he did tonight, this evening, I should say. They know it. He's an important cog to get some sort of a form. Always welcoming for the entire unit.
Yeah, brilliant effort, no doubt. Good start, set the tone with Saimayu. But Sri Lanka, on the other hand, need to tell themselves that there's still a lot of cricket left in this game. 159 runs still needed. And they need to be telling themselves all they need is 1 or 2 wickets close to each other, just to try and apply the pressure. Anything could happen. Cricket is a funny game, as we know. We've seen how the pendulum swings.
Now, we saw exaggerated movement in the air for the new ball bowlers, but it has dried up. The ball is coming straight as an arrow. Batting has become easier. So the captain has to keep on ringing changes in his bowling lineup.
And also, Amir, I think the important thing is about the partnerships we spoke of, because you spoke about the seam bowlers coming onto the bat, nothing off the surface, so their role will be different. Their role will be to try and curtail the batters. Only a single, so Sri Lanka understands which bowler is the attacking option. 131 for 1.
Wear your attitude. Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
That's a solid looking start. See, this has been Pakistan's strength even in the first game. Yes, the top order didn't do too well, but when someone got in, Salman Agha was very good. And here, Janit Lianage coming on. He did have an extended spell in the last game, batted very well in the first innings. Very unfortunate to be dismissed when he looked to be in good touch. Got 50 or 56 deliveries and turned out to be a very fine knock. But what could he do with the ball? I don't think there's much he could do with the conditions.
Yeah, he bowls military medium, Lianage, but bowls those nagging lines and lengths. Bowled miserly in the previous outing, but the role is different here. He needs to find a way to pick up a wicket here.
Caught a wide, went down the leg side. But Lianage's role, it's not an attacking option. Right, just to remind you that the fans are enjoying the match with Pakistan's own tea brand, Tapal Tea, Garam Garam Chai. That's what they're having. Lanka will come onto the bat quite nicely. He's in the high 120s. He's not a attacking option as a bowler. Well, if he gets you a wicket, that will be a bonus, but his role will be different.
Yeah, already he should start thinking about bowling those slow deliveries, because Fakhar has just got to his 50, and with this pace, he's bound to jump out of the crease to go for a big one.
See, Vanindu Hasaranga is left with 7 more overs. It's how Sri Lanka is looking to use him. I hope he's all right. He went off the field, but he's back. See, as you could see that the ball's just coming on quite nicely.
Yeah, after a blistering start, what Sri Lankan bowlers have achieved, they've managed to bring down scoring rate. It's 5.96 at the moment, but they need to pick up wickets. Maybe he's the answer. Get him to bowl right now.
Well, the form he's in and the way he bowled in the first game, he has to be the answer. He's been Sri Lanka's go-to bowler. I just hope that he's fine and it was just a tightening of his hamstring and nothing more than that. Because a little while earlier when we were on air, I did see that he didn't move as comfortably as he would like. It's good bowling by Lianagi. At least his wicket to wicket is accurate. He's bowled a wide, but he's conceded just 3 runs off the bat.
When you bowl with this kind of a pace as a bowler, you've got to be stickler with line and length. And that's what we have seen from him so far. He's been on the money, apart from that wide delivery down the leg. Looking to attack the stumps.
Well bowled. That's what you were talking about, and that was clever. Took pace off. 135 for 1. Right, they've got 12 fours and 1 6. Now Hasaranga's on. He's going to bowl with a slip. Now this is going to be a big moment as far as I'm concerned. The next few overs he's going to bowl will determine to a large extent as to how this game will move. So Sri Lanka will look to him to try and get a wicket in 2 if he can.
Yeah, you're right. Important passage of the play. In the air, into the gap, and he's welcomed with a boundary. First boundary after 22 deliveries.
Well, not a good start for him. It was a drag down. Not the ideal start for sure. Just look at Baba. I think he lost a hand on the handle. Yes, he did. But he managed to drag it. It was bowled ever so slowly. In the high 70s, the ball didn't arrive, so he had to drag it. Oh, that's too short again. Oh, Apesh! Would have been a stunning catch had that been taken. But again, not a great delivery. The first 2 deliveries from Hasaranga, both drag downs.
Yeah, Lianage was the fielder. It was the second time he wasn't able to hold on to that catch. Yeah, it was travelling, no doubt about it. Full stretch dive. That was very close.
In a time like this, those are the chances you would hope that would go to hand rather than go wide of you. It was a good effort. Great effort. I mean, I don't think it's a chance to speak, but he really made a good effort.
Yeah, he's a superb cricketer. Impressive. Now, whenever a bit of pace is provided to the batter, batting has become easier. Nature of the pitch has changed for sure.
Yeah, it has definitely changed. Tells you how important the toss was and the decision to bowl first. And the fact that Sri Lanka didn't capitalize from that moment when Lianage and Kamido Mendis were together with 6 overs to go, 6 or 7 overs to go. They had a great platform to launch. And at that point, I think we were talking 300 plus was on the cards. Down the ground. 24 done, 143 for 1.
Where your attitude? Darren Sammy by Oscar Ali.
एक सौ छितालीस स्कोर
Gareth Lianage will continue. Lower ball again, face off. That's clever bowling. Just looking back at the Sri Lankan innings, Amir, 18 runs of the last over turned out to be more than handy. But at that time, it was very clear looking at the conditions that Sri Lanka was at least a good 20 runs short. I wouldn't say a winning score, but a challenging score, because the surface is good. We always knew that there was dew that was going to fall.
Yeah, they created a situation for themselves to breach 300 runs, but by losing those important wickets at crucial junctures, hampered their progress. What they were aiming for could achieve that. And the reason why it happened, Pakistani bowlers, they kept on picking up wickets when the team needed them. And that's why Sri Lanka was restricted to 288.
See, we talk about winning little moments in a game, and you spoke about losing wickets. This is the first game we're talking about, even this one. Sri Lanka will definitely regret, because they had their moments. They were at one stage well on the way to overhaul that score.
For me, the moment when they lost the game was when ambidextrous was removed from the centre. Kamindu Mendes. Because at that time, Manindu Hasaranga was batting beautifully. A bit of partnership was needed. Wasn't to be. Inside half of the bat on that occasion for a single. And then Asalanka, the captain, got out at the wrong moment for Sri Lanka. And if Sri Lanka has to make a comeback into this game, they need to pick up wickets, and pick up wickets quickly.
Yeah, you talk about those moments that I was trying to tell you, that little phase where Sri Lanka lost 3 wickets for 12 runs. So winning little moments are so important. Face off. And that was a critical moment of the game. We'll talk about it more at the halfway stage. Pakistan won 46 for 1.
Pearl 3D Skin Serum. Vitamin C से मिले lighten and brighter skin. Hyaluronic acid hydrates and replants. Vitamin B3 reduce करे dark spots. Golden Pearl 3D Skin Serum.
One thing that I noticed, the music that gets played during a break is all Sri Lankan music. Yeah, at Rawalpindi.
We are good hosts.
Oh, huge. Oh, will this be taken? Oh, what an effort, but it's gone over the line. Oh, he made an effort. Has he saved it? He managed to knock it in. That's coming to Mendes. Well, he hit it with a lot of power. It's worth taking another look, that effort.
Yeah, the effort from Fahim Ashraf in the last ODI played against Sri Lanka made a huge difference. Pakistan won that game by 6 runs. And that effort from Fahim Ashraf, like I said, made a difference. Let's see this one makes any kind of a difference. Brilliant. Airborne. Airborne. Releases the ball. And now he touches the boundary triangles. But the umpire is going to confirm it from another angle as well.
I think that's a brilliant effort. It's just as to whether he touched those triangles as he gets rid of the ball, or whether he was in contact with the ground. I'm not sure. I think I'll give it to him. I'll give it to the fielder. That's such a brilliant effort. Certainly saved 5 runs. He is an outstanding fielder. I've seen him take some breathtaking catches. That was very nearly one, but he had the presence of mind as he was imbalanced just to push the ball back into the playing arena.
Yeah, he was aware of the surroundings. Not only game awareness, presence of mind from him there. Yeah, only a single. Brilliant effort.
Yes, indeed. That's the kind of effort you need on the field. Just lifts the entire team. It can be a brilliant stop, or an outstanding catch, or a run out. Well bowled. Wanidu Hasaranga will look to bowl that line and length. It's important to keep an eye on the pace Hasaranga's bowling. The first delivery was in the high 70s. This is in the low 80s. Hitting just a bit of grip.
Yeah, he started to land the ball in the right areas in this over. He was off target. With the first over, he bowled in his second spell.
Bowling much better. This over has been very good. Right, this Super Surf, it cleans like a dream. The premium detergent powder. That's Super Surf for you.
How many cartons are you taking back to Sri Lanka?
I haven't decided, but I'm thinking of a few. Left hand on strike, so watch out for the wrong end. That just went straight through, didn't turn at all, but he'll look to bowl a lot of wrong ends. That's his strength. He's deceived a lot of batters. If you remember, even the first game getting rid of Barber with a beautifully disguised wrong end.
Fakhar Zaman is itching for a big one here. He's itching.
Well, they're quite content to knock it around with singles. The 150 for Pakistan is up in the 26th over. 150 for 1. Well, the 50s of the Pakistan innings have got progressively slower. Not that it's worrying them at all, but the first one, look at that, just 33 balls. That's when the openers just went after the Sri Lankan bowlers. Lianage is brisk. Just simply at the current stage, Sri Lanka 123 for 4. That was their problem. Starts and wickets lost. But look at the way Fakhar and Babar are constructing their innings with this partnership.
Yes, so far, he has done holding job quite well. Lianage, he's been on the money, hasn't conceded a boundary as yet.
See, if you look at the Sri Lankan bowling, Asita Fernando has been expensive. Pramod Madushan has spread it around a bit. So Sri Lanka anyway needs a fifth bowler. And I'm just wondering whether the captain's looking for some compensation from Lianage for Asita and Pramod, because they've gone for a little bit. Chamira has just bowled 4 overs. Hasaranga has bowled 5. Lanka has come in and bowled 5 overs. So quite a few matters for the captain to think and worry about, because he needs to make up a lot of things. He was looking for the scoop.
He's desperately trying to find a boundary for Fakhar Zaman. He has tried quite a few things in last couple of overs. He hasn't gained anything. Yeah, one as a captain, your frontline bowler, you're not able to produce what you're looking for. You need to go on a punt. You need to buy a wicket. So why not ambidextrous? Ask him to flight the ball and buy a wicket for him. There you go. Brilliant fielding. The contact was great, but the effort from the fielder even greater.
What about the sound? It was flying off the middle of the bat. You're talking about Fakhar just itching to go after the bowling. Tried a scoop, and this one timed it well, but just couldn't get it past. Lianage has been very smart. He's been mixing it up. That ball was the quickest, but he's dropped his pace a few kilometers as well, like that one. So he's bowled what? He's bowled 3 dots to Fakhar Zaman. Hasn't been able to get it away.
Something is gonna give.
Last ball of the over. So this has been a quiet over. From a Pakistan point of view, Lianage will want to finish it. Mid-off has come into the circle. No. Well, he got excited. That was a little bit too high, I thought. It's a good over, actually. Just 1 run, 27 done, 151 for 1.
Where your attitude? Darren Sami by Oscar Ali.
See, if you look at the power plays, the last power play has hurt Sri Lanka. 75 and 3 wickets. Pakistan, on the other hand, have been very good. Just 1 wicket lost in the 2 power plays so far.
Guess what? Required rate is 6 per over from here on. Without taking a wicket, Sri Lankan bowlers have achieved this. Not bad. Again jumps out of the crease. Fakhar Zaman not finding the length he favors.
He's really trying something, I'll tell you. He's getting frustrated. Let's see whether this will be the wrong one. And gets an under edge, and he gets another single. But I think he's getting frustrated because he's not really been able to take the bowling on the aggressive route. He's found the fielders, or either got hit on the pads, got beaten off the pitch.
He's getting the pitch to respond to his bowling, Hasaranga. The problem is both these batters, they are well set, sighting the ball big. They'll be able to negotiate that deviation is getting off the surface. Showing respect, Babar Azam, the right way to go.
Well, they can afford that. That will be the plan to play Hasaranga. They'll try not to give him wickets because they've got enough runs at the other end. They know that Hasaranga is the threat. They'll play him like that. Unless they get opportunities like that where they can knock it around. 28 done, 154 for 1.
Quiet period for Pakistan. But things are really in control. These two have put 77 and they can take their time. They have taken good time, 112 deliveries between these two, the partnership of 77. But because Pakistan only need less than run about to win this game, they don't have to take any risk. Jamira. He's hit a couple of good shots, but straight to the fielder. Aruj Mumtaz have joined me. Hello, Aruj.
Hello, Vakar. Lost track of time. 30 balls in the last boundary. Pakistan requiring just over a run a ball. Like you said, Vakar, partnerships hold is the key here. 77 of 113. He's called for 2. So we'll have to settle for 1. Fielding of South Africa, barring those 2 drop chances, which they are paying a price for, so far has been very good.
Fakhar was dropped when he was on 20 and then was dropped again when he was, what, 28. So since then, he's in control. He's got no issues. He's playing smartly, not taking unnecessary risks.
Once again, straight to the fielder. That's a few times that has happened. And the ball is pinged off his bat. But Vakar, you talk about the way his innings has been constructed, and he's obviously got those 2 chances. His first 30 balls, Fakhar was going at 93 strike rate with 28 runs of the first 30. Next 51 balls he's faced, the runs have completely dried up. Next 51 balls, only 30 runs. Once you get in, you want to keep going with the rate. He's found it difficult to score. That'll help. Will certainly help. First boundary in 33 deliveries.
He tried playing this shot earlier also, but this time he found a better opportunity because the ball was short, had really more time to sort of scoop it up, fine leg up in the circle. This was always going for a boundary. Actually, it's been gifted. When you have fine leg up in the circle, this delivery becomes so easy, and especially to a man who's batting a 62.
Similar result. Similar delivery, similar result. Fakhar Zaman won't mind this. Probably not the best of two deliveries, especially like you said with fine up from Chamira. For Fakhar, 2 boundaries back to back.
Sri Lanka getting frustrated now. They're just looking to bowl the deliveries which have got no meaning. This one landed just inside the rope, so this will be called 4. But you know, 2 short balls to a man who's well set, and the field position is still the fine leg up in the circle twice. You're asking for trouble.
I don't understand if that is going to be the line, and the length fine has to drop back. Great over for Pakistan, 10 off it, 29 done, it's 164 for 1.
100% grey coverage. With no fear of hit and miss. Permanent color with Italian formulation. So right side. Hello hair color. Colors to die for.
Yeah.
164 for 1. 67 Fakhar Zaman. Between him and Babar, they put together 87. Babar on 48. This is really good stability after losing Saim Ayub from Pakistan duo.
Required run rate just under 6. Pakistan don't have to take too many risks. Ball still gripping a little bit. Not much, but you get to really bowl slowly like Sri Lanka is doing right now. Ball very slow that last delivery, 83.9. And I'm sure Fakhar realized that I have to use my feet, and I will not be surprised if he comes down the pitch soon. Again, just staying in the crease, just nudging it around.
I think from Pakistan's point of view, fantastic opportunity. 125 of 124 balls, 9 wickets in hand. Both batsmen said should look to turn over a big score individually and collectively as a partnership.
Yeah, it was a matter of time. You cannot really hold Fakhar Zaman for too long. God. What was that? Was that a cover drive? Good follow through. I like that. Bit of golf going on, and that was just before the toss. I remember. That ball's on the green, I'm sure.
Oh, brilliant. Well, it's got to look good. Bakar. Babar on 48. Make that 49. Come on, Bakar. You're a pro at the golf. Swing looked decent, didn't it?
Yeah, for someone who has played, watch that man player at the back. Not sure who he is, but he's trying to copy you. Watch that swing. Very similar. Yours definitely better. You just turn around and look at him. I think You got to learn a few things from him. Nice. For someone who's just started golf, I must tell the viewers, he's just started golf maybe, what, 2 years or maybe less than that. She's playing like a champion, like Fakhar. Another boundary to end the over. 30 gone, 170 for one.
Yeah, never far in terms of using his feet. He's always on the cards, and with the mid on up in the ring, shot is on. More importantly, gets right to the pitch of the ball. Excellent partnership now. The most experienced of the two in this Pakistan squad.
Fakhar Zaman already got 11 centuries in ODIs, and he be thinking I can make it 12. And there's a fair chance that he will, because of the surface, it looks really good, and he's not missing anything, middling everything. Babar on 49. Again, hitting the fielder, but he's looking really good, Babar Azam. Some of the shots he played reminded the old Babar when he first arrived on the scene, that cover drive. The world talk about that cover drive. Gets into position early, and look at that. It looked so elegant, so good when he especially played that cover drive and back foot punch. Those two shots, he owns those. Yeah, 50 for Babar. A very smooth knock. And look at the crowd. Don't they just love him? Wherever he goes, they follow him. And 50 comes at good rate. 139 games he has played so far. 19th 50 or 38 50, I beg your pardon. King Baba.
It is absolutely phenomenal the way the crowd react. A fan following of mammoth proportion does Babar Azam have, and so far he's entertained them. Listen to the sound of that! Into the stands here in Rawalpindi. Fakhar Zaman, well, he's on fire.
I thought this ball wasn't going to come down. 100 partnership. And that ball was middled so nicely. I'm sure he's enjoyed it. The crowd enjoyed it. And that went not only far, but it went high. 98 meters into the top tier. Remarkable. What a clean strike.
You wouldn't believe it. It's the first 6 that Fakhar Zaman has hit. You associate the ball flying off his bat on multiple occasions, but it's the first time it has travelled over the fence. This time might not be the same. Top edge. Fielder should take this. Oh, goodness me! Oh, would you believe it? Sri Lanka have put down 3. Another sitter goes down.
Well, they're struggling to buy a catch also. This should have been taken. Yes, it went long way up. And when it goes up for a long period, it gives you more time to settle under it. And the fielder was never settled. Popped out again. Substitute fielder. Ratnayake was the fielder. Should have been gulped. Another life for Fakhar.
Wow! Moment of magic in amongst all the chaos. And Jannat Lianage has pulled out a blinder. Absolutely brilliant.
Yes, they dropped 3 catches, but this one was a stunner. This went very quickly to Lianage, who was at mid-wicket, short mid-wicket, very quickly gone down and just collected with both hands. Can this change the scenario of the game? Fakhar, a well-set Fakhar, gone for 78. 177 for 2.
आली तो दिवाली को ना नहीं बाबा थे तो दिवाली को ना
Okay, there is a uniform very अजीब लग रही है सर मतलब चाहिए अच्छा भाई नहीं हाँ तो जिस तरह तो एक दुआ है इसका जिला बड़ी तरह से बहुत पसंद करने मतलब इतमाद मैं देखना बंद तो नहीं दिखाई नहीं मतलब वक्त तो ना आदमी करी होगी
Second over.
Where your attitude? Darren Sami by Asghar Ali.
मैं हमेशा रेकमेंड करता हूँ शैम्पू प्लस हेयर सीरम का ड्यूल एक्शन न्यू सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू बालों के डैमेज सेल्स को रीजनरेट करें सेट एंड टच केराटिन शैम्पू
100% recovery with no fear of hidden permanent color with Italian formulation. So right spine, hello hair color, colors to die for.
3 fours in his boundary. To expect with Babar Azam a lot in front of the wicket. Extremely strong square on the offside. Front foot and on the back foot, and it was involved with a big partnership with Fakhar Zaman. He's the last man to be dismissed, and out walks Mohammad Rizwan. Excellent average that of 40. And Shamira, last ball of his over. More importantly, picking up the wicket and breaking the partnership. On 7-7 for 2.
वो बात कितने हैं वो बात कितने हैं
क्या
अलीना
ये
हैदराबाद में
इधर क्या परेशान थी
Bakar dengin pun ya.
77 for one, and a massive partnership of 100 runs. 177 for two. Saim Ayub and Fakhar Zaman, the 2 wickets to fall. Babar Azam in the middle, now being joined by Mohammad Rizwan. Lanka, who has just plucked one out of thin air to dismiss Fakhar Zaman, is now going to roll his arm over in a hope that maybe he can provide another breakthrough. What a catch, Vakar. Absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, they dropped the easy ones, but this one was a tough one. Yanage was just placed at that mid-wicket region. It was hit hard, hit straight. I don't think he's going to harm Pakistan's approach, because these two are really very disciplined and they know what exactly needs to be done. But if Sri Lanka can pick up another wicket here, if they pick up Babar's wicket now, the two new batters in the crease, that might make a difference. But till the time I feel Babar is out there, the Pakistani camp will be very, very comfortable and at ease.
Off late, the Pakistan openers have struggled. But today, that's what you want to see. One of the top 3 converting, especially if they get started into a big score. This field, there was maybe an opportunity for Fakhar Zaman. Yes, he got run 78 of them. He's just looking to time the ball even better. That is his natural game. He likes to play his shots.
Did we see that? It wasn't from the middle of the bat, though, Fakhar's. He hit the one earlier, which went long way for 6. But this was sort of, he actually closed the face at the last second, tried to keep it down. But the fielder was standing pretty close, and the ball was sort of dying to him on his left. Beautifully taken. He'd be disappointed. He was eyeing for another 100 here.
Well, Lanka was the guilty party to put him down on 28. Takes spectacular catch, especially in terms of reaction time, because he was so close in. Rolls his finger over that one. 5 of the over, 182 for 2.
Onion की real power test करते हैं. Intense brushing. Hello Hair Onion Shampoo wins in style. Onion की real power.
Janet Alianage also just goes off the field. Now talking about Chamira and the lengths he's operated at today. Yes, he's the quicker of the Sri Lankan seamers. He's operated very short all day. Look at that, the grouping, 68% of his deliveries, that shorter length, which is more than the 8-meter mark. He's picked up a couple of wickets as well. One off a length, one very short bouncer length. The length hasn't worked because the line has been wayward.
He heavily relies on his height and the way he bangs the ball. He's not one of those bowlers who will just float the ball up and try to swing it. He's a kind of bowler who will try to get something off the seam rather than the swing. So that is why you will see him. Most of his deliveries will be short of a length, and if the pitch is like this, it becomes very easy to face because it skids onto the bat, and you can really punch him. There's nothing gonna really happen off the surface. Another really good fielding. Got a hand on it. Fielding's been good. It's just the catching has really let them down.
Once again, fantastic. The bend is very close. This time off the middle of the bat of Babar Azam. Both sides of the wicket, short cover and short mid-wicket. A lot of the times, the ball is just kicked off the square. It's a dry square, a very firm square. Surface is next to the playing strip. Ball comes very quickly off those. Pakistan in a very comfortable position. Not too much to worry about, as is it for Ficker Free. You can download the Ficker Free app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. You're talking about the length that Jamira, in your opinion, should operate on, because obviously it's not the quickest surface. You want to be at that length hitting top of off.
It's not that easy to adjust while you're out there in the middle. Yeah, this one was a little bit better, a little bit fuller. But mainly he bowls that short of a length deliveries because he get extra kick, extra bounce. And that is why he was more successful in the previous game, because of the grass on the surface and the ball was deviating off the grass. And he's also took the new ball, and I think that also really made a difference, because once you have the older ball and the two openers are still out there and they put up a really good partnership, the runs came very quickly. It becomes hard then. Down the leg side, wide should be called.
A lot of bowlers have their stock delivery or their natural angles that they bowl at. Shamir obviously naturally looks to hit the deck hard, bowls at back of a length delivery. How difficult is it to adapt with and not go to your stock delivery? And obviously you have to adapt given different surfaces.
Not that easy. And I'm really surprised because, he grew up in Sri Lanka where the pitches are not very conducive. When you talk of the bounce, they're really slow, very similar to where they're playing at. But today I've not seen him pitching the ball up. Almost 70% deliveries are short because the ball is skidding on. Oh, not the first time we're seeing this. Spread it down the leg side. Might be leg bias, but the runs have leaked. 190 for 2.
Just pushing the ball. Touch too straight, leg by signaled by the umpire. Doesn't help Sri Lanka scores. Already 15 wides, 12 of them came in that initial 7-over spell between the seamers. Especially when the new ball was swinging. They'll feel they missed a chance in that early part of the game. 99 of 102. Pakistan sitting pretty at 190 for 2.
It's relatively a small target. When you look at the bowling lineup, Sri Lanka's bowling lineup, and also the way pitch played, especially in the evenings, it comes on the bat better than the afternoon. I think 320, maybe 330 would have been a score which would have challenged Pakistan. It's not over yet. I'm not suggesting anything. But looking at what's happening out there with drop catches and all, this score was never enough. And here in Rawalpindi, we have seen big scores be chased. T20 cricket, we see 220, 230, has been chased down. 50 over cricket, we're playing after a long time. It's been 5-6 years that we have played any one-day cricket here. Even in one day, 330 was chased down. Pakistan chased down against New Zealand.
It ranks amongst one of the fastest scoring venues across the cricketing venues. We make that point because Sri Lanka had the opportunity. Top four got starts well into this 20s, 30s, 40s. Nobody able to convert. Then a partnership in that middle order. When Liang was going well, he got out. So they definitely had the opportunity. Pakistan struck well. Every time a partnership started to pick up momentum and building, they struck back. Like you say, Vakar, I completely agree. There were still runs in the surface.
And also, when you look at Sri Lanka's bowling lineup, there's no real pace who can actually threaten Pakistan's batting lineup. They all hovering around 130, 135. Nobody has touched 140, maybe the odd delivery. But when you don't have all in all pace in the side also, that can also damage and affect. That's why Pakistan did well, because all the bowlers bowled quickly. Yes, you might have a bowler who might go a little expensive, like we saw Haris Rauf, a match winner in the previous game, but little expensive today. But then you will have Wasim Jr. and Asim Shah, who can also bowl 140, 145, and can challenge the batters with the pace, which I think Sri Lanka lacks.
Yeah, all three of Pakistan seamers, like you say, Haris Rauf, Naseem Shah and Wasim Jr. well within the 140 range as an average speed. The moment Pramod operating at mid to 120s. And with the ball not doing anything in the air or off the surface. Looks like a very mild bowling attack. Plenty to think about for the captain of Sri Lanka. He himself can bowl 6 over 33. Hasaranga wicketless so far. Heavily rely on him, Sri Lanka, in terms of wickets through that middle phase out of the power play. .194 for 2. Comparisons, the top three all Pakistani bowlers. Fastest delivery 143, 144, 144. Pace comparisons, Sri Lanka, Asita Fernando and Chamira 139.1 fastest. So no delivery from the Sri Lankan seamers into the 140 range. The average speed of Haris Rauf 140, the average speed of Wasim Jr. just under 140. Naseem Shah 138. So the difference in pace definitely there, a massive point between the two sides. Now can he provide a breakthrough? Brought back into the attack, and I like this. He's got mid-off up in the ring. Asking Rizwan, well, if you've got it, go over that person. And follows it up, tosses the delivery up as well.
They don't have much choice. They want Rizwan and Babar to take a bit of risk and to get their wicket. Hasaranga was there big weapon, but I think negated really well by Fakhr and Babar Azam. Didn't give him any wicket. Just nudged him around, didn't take any risk against him. So I think the planning by Pakistani batters were just spot on. Just don't give wicket to this man, Hasaranga, and the rest they can easily maneuver around and can take care of.
For Babar, mid-off goes back to long off. You have to bowl well in partnerships. If your prime bowler is your wicket taker, he needs support at the other end. And that's where I feel Sri Lanka just could not continually provide that support from the other end with the ball. For Hasaranga to be effective, for him to either set batters up or bowl that magic delivery, there were plenty of runs on very frequent occasions being leaked from the other side.
To Hasaranga to be more effective, they needed more runs. Because Pakistan don't have to take any risk against him. They can, play him easily. See that? Easy. Just playing it little late and playing it for single. Don't have to hit him boundaries. But once you get 320, that means you have to really take Hasaranga on. And then the things would have been a little different. But at this stage, Rizwan and Babar not taking any risk against him.
Watchfully played, end of 35, Pakistan 197 for 2.
Changing his bowlers around. Charita Salanka, massive issues when you go into a game with 4 frontliners and 2 of them decide to take it off, especially with the new ball. In conditions where you become a factor, that new ball is so important. There are moments in a game, Amir, where you have to try and seal it or make an impression. Defending scores, especially here in Rawalpindi, you need those early wickets. But Sri Lanka went for 8 and 9. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, that's where the Pakistani team made the difference. Kept on picking up wickets at crucial junctures. After that good partnership, opening partnership between Nisanka and Bishara, tone was set. Pakistan was desperate to pick up the wickets. It came through a run out, and from there on, that's in the air. A false shot. And then the Pakistani bowlers started to respond to the captain, picked up wickets and had the opposition under pressure all the way. And it didn't happen for Sri Lanka. The usage of the new ball was not appropriate. There was no control. Hence, a good opening partnership paved the way for Pakistan. Made it easier for the other batsmen to come and bat calmly, without any rush.
I just wonder whether Sri Lanka will have to look at their combination. 7 batters and 4 frontline bowlers. Oh, bottom edge, goes past leg stump. 200 for Pakistan's on the board.
First boundary after 5 overs. Rizwan wasn't in control. Thick inside edge. Could have gone anywhere. Yeah, you remember we were doing pre-show during the first ODI, and when I saw the combination formation of Sri Lankan team, I suggested they are 1 bowler short on a surface like this. That's where they have to tweak their combination to be able to compete well.
And especially when you get caught in a situation like this, two of your main bowlers going off, teams attack your fifth bowler. When you have this type of balance, who's the call? He's placed it nicely. In fact, he's timed it so well.
बंद कर छड़िया सी ये ले जा गई
The breath of fresh air in Sri
अच्छा
Lanka's
घुमाट
batting
तो
has
रख के ना
been
स्टॉप
Hasaranga's approach.
चल
In the
ठीक
past, very predictable, just always looking to hit
लेकिन
extra
एक
cover.
मैं जैसे सोने लगा
But in
मैं काट
both
मैच जीत
games,
गया था
आधा घंटा तो जाग सही थे
his
हाँ तकरीबन ही हो गया
accumulation of runs, he scored quickly and batted brilliantly well. He could afford to move up to 7 if he can continue like that. That'll allow you to bring in that balance we're talking about, an attacking balance.
Yeah, the batting lineup of Sri Lanka have to realize who they are going to set up the game for. There are a couple of batsmen. They could actually do it nicely for them. Kusal Mendes is one, and you mentioned Hasaranga. He can be a great finisher, but they have to understand the capabilities of the other batsmen. And I was surprised. This evening when I didn't see Chamira getting the new ball.
Just as in the first ODI, lots of starts for everyone. I'm a firm believer there's no point playing 8 batters or top batters or 7. Those 5, 6 top order batters have to take the responsibility and bat deep. Everyone else helps out.
And find a method in 50 over game how to go about the job. You don't have to go berserk end of the 36th to a 9 for 2. These are the players available for this series, and I would like to see Bondase given an opportunity here. He's a wrist spinner. He's got the ability to pick up wickets. He can be a really big asset for Sri Lanka in these conditions, along with Hasaranga.
35-year-old leg break bull only gets opportunity when Hasaranga is injured, and he's never disappointed. He bowled really well, biding his time. In terms of the seamers, this is Shan Maling, a bit of a slingy, skiddy type of bowler. Pawan Ratnayaka is a youngster, still to play. Lai Rudara played Test cricket. Opening batter, those are Sri Lanka's options, but my angle is leave one of the 7-year out and bring in another bowler. Make it an attacking option, attacking unit, and put the pressure on the players playing. Perform. You don't need an insurance policy. Take the responsibility, win the game for your team.
Yeah, I know it's going to be a hard decision because Kumindu Mendes has scored runs. You can't afford to have your wicketkeeper batsman dropped. He's a match winner for you. Kusal Mendes, yes, he's been off the ball in this series, hasn't scored runs, but he's capable. It's going to be a tough decision, but for the betterment of side, find a way to win the games, you have to make that adjustment, that's for sure.
Yeah, and starts not being converted. In cricketing terms, you'd call it a crime. Sadira Samaravikrama, he can keep as well. But I'm with you, Kusal Mendes. His experience, instinctive. But 2025 has been pretty lean for him. Direction. Comparatively, that's what I'm talking about. Second leading run score. He's got 300s in the last game. Not found form in this series. And also against Zimbabwe. That big score didn't come. That was the last series Sri Lanka played. Sri Lanka's been brilliant, but looked at sea this series. But you've got to step up.
Yeah, on a demanding pitch for the batters, you can afford to go with this combination, where Sri Lanka can extract some bounce and spin off the surface, along with Lianage, if there is a grip available. Otherwise, it's wishful thinking. They're going to pick you heaps of wickets. They can do the holding job without any doubt. But in this format, oh, that has hit him on the visor flush.
That'll be another hold up. He'll be fine. Hit him on the grill, I think.
See how low Rizwan went to play that stroke. Couldn't get to the pitch of the ball, allowed the ball to bounce, and that's why no contact.
Amazed that he did not do a groin. No, he has. He's stretching himself out there. Oh, that's Barber. Barber's felt the pain watching Rizwan stretch like he did. But you got to go through the process, the protocols, head injury assessment. Yep, good to go. Colder and colder. Come in November. It'll be hard. All the games going to be played here in Rawalpindi. Sri Lankan players better find a way to stay warm. 212 for 2.
Very adamant, Rizwan, to play that stroke. Hasn't been effective in this outing for Rizwan. That sweep stroke.
.288 for 8. Were in a position to get themselves another 20 runs, but the way Pakistan are going, that probably wouldn't have been enough either. Kamindu Mendes starts off with his left arm orthodox. Ambidextrous, can bowl with either arm. Starts off by dishing out a pie, which put away for 4.
Yeah, it was a benign delivery to start with. Too short, a bit of pace available for Babar Azam, and he capitalized.
Atum Nisanka looked like he pulled up when chasing that ball in the deep. Hasaranga was off the park. It's just looking a little limp from Sri Lanka. Just a few players not moving as smooth as they would like. Yeah, I mentioned the cold earlier because you're going to have to find a way. We've seen lots of knock-ons. We've seen players struggle with their hands dusting. I'll tell you that. We played in the cold, especially in England. But to compete, you're going to have to find ways. The hand warmers are being used. Comes down to the mind.
I haven't seen jumpers being used here. Not many players are using it.
Sri Lanka's managed to get through his fifth bowlers overs. He's bowled 6. Janit Lena Gaze bowled 4. Got through that for 46 runs, which is a very good effort. But now he's been forced to bring Kamindu Mendis at this stage to make up overs of Asitha Fernando and Pramod Madhushan. It's not the position you want to be in at all. Good early call. That was a left-hander batting. You'd see Mendis inform the umpire and swap over to right arm off spin. Prefers to bowl this left arm orthodox. The right-handers out there. Oh dear. Babar Azam found himself stranded in the middle, but fielder just could not pick it up. 220 for 2. Seven bowlers used. Not good reading at the top. Asitha Fernando's back into the attack. The ball did swing early for him, but was wayward. Sri Lanka's ODI record of late has been very good. Last 7 series, 6 wins. The only away win here also, it looks like. Unless that magic one touch or magic touch pops up, this is going to slip away as well for another series loss. They are already 1 down. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Leaning into it is Rizwan. They're enjoying it, they're timing it beautifully.
This pitch has become ideal for batting. As a batter, you have the freedom to hit the ball on the up. Full stride in. Waited on the delivery, and at the last moment I should say, a thump. And for a boundary.
So if I go back to the start of 2024, Sri Lanka have won 8 series out of the last 10. The other loss was also a away series, that was to Bangladesh. You know what that tells me? This balance, slow Sri Lankan conditions, the part-time spinners come into it, and your balance suits the slower conditions. But on your travels, it's slightly different.
Yeah, the combination this time around, playing 3 fast bowlers, made sense. Yes, they struggled to use the new ball. That's okay, it happens once in a while, but they should stick to that 3 fast bowlers combination, along with bringing in Vandase, another wrist spinner in their lineup. That should enable them to compete well.
Getting closer to 100. Looking good for it. 83 innings ago when he last scored 100. Mohammad Rizwan. Going along nicely, the two senior men for Pakistan.
Yeah, it's been 2.5 years. That 100 has been elusive for Babar Azam. Great. Yeah, it's been 2.5 years. That 100 has been elusive for Babar Azam. Great opportunity for him. Stage is set for him to score another 100.
Yep. You can't blame the balance or the combination. It's just that they bowled badly. Fielders didn't help either. There were catches that were put down, and 280 we feel is a pass score here. Defending that, you need to be smarter in execution.
Now, there are so many match winners in the Sri Lankan side. There is no doubt about it. And you're right. Just a tweak in the combination will work well for them. 39 done, 227 for 2.